Mexican opposition leader Ricardo Anaya will seek presidency in coalition. The European Union and the UK are confident that a Brexit deal is now on track, and Bitcoin futures are now tradable on the CBOE. Hello and welcome to today's edition of Mexico News Network's Breaking News Business. I'm your host, Joseph Garza. Let's get down to the information. Political scheming is in full swing as campaign season begins to heat up less than 7 months away from next year's presidential election. Ricardo Anaya's resignation as party president, effective this weekend, is the first step to seeking the nomination from his National Action Party to run in 2018 against the party of current President Enrique Peña Nieto. If selected, Anaya will likely take on leftist former Mexico City Mayor Andrés Manuel López Obrador and former Finance Minister José Antonio Meade, who is seeking the nomination for the ruling centrist Institutional Revolutionary Party. Anaya has already served as president of Mexico's lower house at a time when major economic reforms were passed, including the energy overhaul. Anaya and his coalition say they represent an alternative to the PRI, which has been involved in a number of corruption scandals, and to the leftist candidate and early frontrunner Andrés Manuel López Obrador, who has put investors on edge with past pledges to reverse the government's move to open Mexico's oil industry to private drilling. On Sunday, Brexit Secretary David Davis said guarantees on the Northern Ireland border were not legally binding unless the two sides reached a final deal. A European Commission spokeswoman said the first phase deal on the Northern Ireland border, the divorce bill and citizen rights, did not strictly have the force of law, but that a gentleman's agreement has been struck, and it is with clear understanding that it is fully backed and endorsed by the UK government. A last-minute clause inserted into Friday's agreement at the insistence of the Republic of Ireland government says the UK would have full regulatory alignment with the European Union in some areas if it leaves the EU without a deal. Prime Minister May will tell MPs at a summit on Thursday that she expects European Union leaders to agree to start talks about future trade and security, and insists she did not cave in to Brussels over the so-called divorce bill and alignment with European Union laws. The UK is due to leave the European Union in March of 2019, but wants a 2-year transition period after that date, with continued access to the single market to allow businesses to adjust. That is expected to be the focus of the next round of talks in Brussels in the new year before discussions can start on a free trade agreement. In other news, Bitcoin launched on the CBOE Futures Exchange in Chicago on Sunday, allowing investors to bet on whether Bitcoin prices will rise or fall. Bitcoin's introduction to the CBOE has been seen by some as a step towards legitimizing the currency. CBOE trading saw the Bitcoin futures contract expiring in January start at $15,000 before rising to above $18,000. The contract is based on the price of Bitcoin as quoted on the Gemini exchange. Bitcoin fans appear excited about the prospect of an exchange-listed and regulated product and the ability to bet on its price swings without having to sign up for a digital wallet. Others, however, caution that risks remain for investors and possibly even the clearing organizations underpinning the trades. The launch has so far received a mixed reception from big U.S. banks and brokerages, though. Several online brokerages, including Charles Schwab Corp. And TD Ameritrade Holding Corp., did not allow trading of the new futures immediately. Skeptics argue that the CBOE futures will simply draw more naive investors into perpetuating a bubble in a financial asset that Nobel economist Joseph Stiglitz has accused of having no intrinsic value beyond supporting money laundering and tax avoidance. Bitcoin is not regulated by any country's central bank and has no universally recognized exchange rate. And finally, let's turn to the markets. The Mexican peso increased 0.0390 or 0.20% to 19.2070 on the dollar from 19.168 in the previous trading session. IPC Mexico increased 126 points, or 0.27%, to 47,699 from 47,573 in the previous trading session. That was all for today. Thank you again so much for staying with us. I'm your host, Joseph Garza. Remember to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Log on to MexicoNewsNetwork.com for more information on Mexico and the world. Until next time.